pulling his cock out! Man, I'm dead.
Ugly motherfucker.
Welcome back everyone. Chapter 5 starts off pretty hot as these divider components will jump you as soon as you turn the corner there. They are small and they are pretty fast, so utilize the hallway, backstep, and shoot them down as quickly and efficiently as you can. Chapter 5 is another short chapter, but it is by no means boring, unlike Chapter 4. This chapter introduces us to Dr. Mercer's abomination called the Hunter, which is an infinitely regenerating necromorph. You can take all of the limbs off of this thing and it will regenerate from just a torso to continue to hunt you down and work to kill you. So there's going to be a couple of very stressful bits. We're going to be hitting the legs a lot. We're going to be utilizing stasis a lot. So just be prepared as we travel back to medical here and know that you will need to have some stasis packs on you and your cardio and endurance in top condition. I mentioned this previously in Chapter 4, but this is the moment where it pays off. I actually heard Isaac's heart start to race and the ship was creaking, which is something that I never really experienced coming through this hallway. So I checked and then double checked this hallway, and sure enough, a necromorph had spawned outside of the range where I could hear the vent break. So our paranoia definitely saved us from getting hit in the back here. Something I don't do that I would recommend to all of you out there before you get to medical and really begin Chapter 5 truly and thoroughly is to invest in your rig. Getting a couple of extra stasis uses is going to go a long way, as we're going to be running past enemies instead of outright fighting them in this chapter, as well as increasing your air supply and your HP supply, which are going to go a long way through the rest of the game.
Clearance confirmed. Medical. Now arriving at medical.
To the chemical lab.
What? You said the chemical lab? I can barely hear you.
Shit.
Daniels, the door to medical just locked behind me. Hello?
Another survivor, at last. You'll be safe here. I'm a doctor.
Clearance
Mr. Cole, I'm with
confirmed.
you.
You're not here for sanctuary, then? Well, Dr. Brennan's currently engaged. Shall I send you to her?
How about you unlock these doors and I'll find her myself?
Are you that selfish? You might let something in. Or out.
Shit.
So, you've decided to be difficult. Take a seat. I'll deal with you momentarily.
I got a little bit of heat for flaming the flamethrower in my last video, and I just wanted to say that it's all in good fun. I really love the weapon viability that Motive put into the rebalance for this game. All of the weapons are viable to some extent, except really for the pulse rifle, which was the god gun in the first game anyway. If it works for you, it's totally viable, you know? So use the flamethrower, use the ripper, use whatever guns you want that you find are very successful. The flamethrower definitely has its niches at peeling enemies and killing swarmers and taking out pregnants and that sort of thing. So by no means am I really bashing weapons wholeheartedly. All of them have a certain level of viability to them. I just kind of want to give a hot take on that weapon.
Clearance confirmed.
Here we are introduced to a Guardian, and I suggest using the contact beam on it when all of its tentacles are fully extended, as you can kill it in 2 shots. Now, once it pulls its tentacles back inside of itself, it's going to push out one of those little turrets. So switching over to the plasma cutter and taking it down in 1 shot is a very conservative way to take these guys down.
Clearance confirmed.
So we ride the elevator up, and we get a vantage point on the first of 3 pustules that we will have to destroy in order to make our way through this imaging room again. After each pustule, a leaper will spawn. So we take out the first one, and then we make our way to the second one, blow that up. Notice that I will scan the room or try and find some sort of kinesis object, and I will also do my best to either slow the leaper down with stasis or wait for it to set up on the floor and begin to move towards me. Since their namesake is to leap, they will bounce around the walls and the ceiling, making it very hard to get a bead on them, with their goal of making you waste as much ammo as possible and then catch you during a reload or catch you during a moment of vulnerability. So avoid those, just play it smart. You can allow them to get closer to you and set up a little bit, as they're going to have to jump onto the floor and then attack you with their tail or try and swipe at you. So just keep calm, hang out where you are, keep an eye on them, stasis them if necessary, and there are some easy kills.
Patient log retrieved.
There. I have to record these days. The old memory, you know. As I was saying, the new treatment I'm developing should be just the ticket. The trial is very promising. Trial? You'll be back at your post in a jiffy with CEC none the wiser. Unless you don't trust me.
No, of course I trust you. Let's, give it a shot.
Clearance confirmed.
Volunteer 9 is a young male, testing my new tissue regeneration formula. I expect death within the hour, but the changes to the vascular system are very promising. One moment for the cleanup. For the last time, Get a trauma team in here. Yes, I called 3 times. My patient is crashing. Get off your smoke break and help me.
I wanted to bring that fire extinguisher with me, but it got close in the door and blew up. Free node here, and then pre-break this circuit before you go into the room and trigger the cutscene. We will catch up after the hunter spawns. See y'all soon.
All survivors, please join us.
Shipwide transmission override. Isaac Clark.
Just a trick.
Isaac. Isaac. Make us whole.
Isaac Clark. All right. Dr. Brennan's nearest and dearest. We were colleagues, you know. Dr. Chalice. Mercer. Are you the reason the marker won't begin? That's it. Convergence is installed. She's meddling. How is the question? But even if I was to ask, I suspect you're not the talkative type. And I haven't fully explored the cause of death as that missing factor. Dismemberment. Now I think you're on the right track there. Try and relax, Mr. Clark. Convergence is so close. Maybe your death will tip the balance.
After Mercer gets off his high horse and the hunter breaks from containment, you will be trapped in this room for a set amount of time. So the hunter can be dismembered, but he will regenerate over time. So take the legs off, slow him down, take one of the arms off, and usually that is going to trigger a regeneration effect. Sometimes you have to take off both legs and both arms, but a majority of the time it's just the legs and one of the arms. So use some stasis, buy some time here, take the legs off, kite them around the room, and then hit the legs. Once you get out of the room, the whole reason that we brought the flamethrower is there will be swarmers that try to jump on you in the imaging room, and the hunter is going to be on your tail the entire time until you get back to the security station. So we can keep moving and liberally apply fire to those guys, taking them out very quickly and without missing a beat, and then we make it back to the security room unscathed.
Dr. Mercer. He's locked down medical to experiment on the crew.
Oh, God. Every way out is locked down to one of the offices. Must be Mercer's. I can brute force the internal doors, but you'll have to reach his office and lift the lockdown manually.
Mr. Clark. My hunter may regenerate, but he takes an attack like that.
As soon as you get into the emergency room, the hunter and multiple other necromorphs are going to spawn. However, if you follow my route and stick the battery into the door and dip, you can make it out very quickly. I mean, less than 10 seconds you're in that room, and it only costs you 1 stasis charge. I pick up the line gun here just for more ammo fodder, as I can sell the line racks. The line gun's still a great gun, and it's got some very silly applications with some of the line mines that you can set on objects and then use kinesis to melt down necromorphs. When you are in that room, you are safe. And as far as I know, in this ER hallway, you will get some necromorph spawns, but not the hunter. I decide to go ahead and just whip out the contact beam and burn through some of these guys quickly and easily, instead of having to try and watch my back constantly and backpedal around. A charged contact beam shot turns most things to dust. I was also prepping up to face this Guardian right here and just happened to have the contact beam out, so I was like, alright, well, let's go ahead and burn through a magazine, and it took out everything that I needed to die, and it did it quickly and efficiently. 3 shots on this Guardian instead of the perfect 2, but still a pretty easy cleanup.
Warning. Local door protocols corrupted. Rebooting system. Please stand by.
Who's there?
Oh god! Hold on. I can help you.
Not me. Save hydroponics. We're all dying. Air's poison. But there's still time. Her enzyme will work if... She just needs liquid nitrogen. Save us!
He was right. Air quality is dropping shipwide. Something's poisoning the oxygen in hydroponics. If we lose our air supply...
He said we could fix it. He came looking for liquid nitrogen, and there has to be some in the cryogenics lab.
Okay. Not like we have a better option. I'll clear you a path to cryo.
Door protocols rebooted. Thank you for...
This is the most frantic and stressful part of the level. Ensure that you are fully charged up on your stasis, and then hit the legs as soon as this door opens. You can get ahead of some spawns, and you can get about 8 seconds ahead of the gas, so you've got plenty of time to make it back to the security station. So what I recommend is you go left, down the hallway where we picked up the power node in Chapter 2, stasis the pregnant that's in front of you and strafe around it, get through the room into the emergency room, and the hunter is going to drop down right in front of you. Another stasis blast, and then hit the door to get into the clinic area, and then one last door dodging a lurker to get back to the security station. It's quick and easy if you know the route. Just run and follow my lead. You might notice that I have a little habit when I am frantically running away from enemies. I will push myself into the middle of the door and spam the door open button, and then I will strafe left while still pressing my body up against the door. That is because if an enemy is going to swing at you from behind and you cannot see it, sometimes you can dodge an attack by moving to the left and still keeping yourself in the zone to where the door will open. If you stand too far away or you run away from the door frame, then the door is just going to stay closed. But if you keep your body pressed against it, you can go all the way over to the edge and the door will still open. So you can avoid some damage there from the hunter or even the lurker that was in the clinic leading back to that security station. It's a pretty quiet stroll, and there is a lull in the action at this point in the chapter, so take that opportunity to save, to go to the store and stock up on equipment, as well as hit the bench and upgrade any of your items. Now if you were fully tapped out of stasis, it would be a great time to invest in a stasis upgrade so that you had 4 charges instead of 3 charges with the stasis. You can hear the hunter moving around in the ducts and screaming every once in a while, but he's not going to formally attack you until you get to Cryogenics. So stock up, take your time, and prep up for the first boss fight of the game.
Level 3 security clearance required.
My other patients. But you and Dr. Brennan have delayed me enough.
If you've hurt Nicole,
I have never shown you anything but courtesy to Dr. Brennan. Can you say the same?
I can say I'm not a fucking murderer.
Speaking of courtesy, do I have you to thank for fixing the Ishimura's engines? Our homecoming will be truly divine. And I doubt even you can stop a convergence event fueled by the entire population of Earth.
You take these things to Earth, it's all over.
Only for the faithless. Humanity will be made whole, Mr. Clark, with or without you. I'd say you've chosen your side.
Once Mercer quits running his mouth, which is something he likes to do, this man loves to monologue, the hunter is going to spawn. Now your goal is to trap him into that center compartment and run into the room where Mercer was and totally freeze the hunter in place so he's unable to attack you any further. What I recommend is setting up the fan blades like I did, then stasising him and dismembering him when he is right in the middle of the chamber. I actually botched this, as you'll see. I take off one arm, both legs, and his head, and he still breaks out of stasis and crawls into the control room, avoiding my attempt to freeze him. Thankfully, the only other thing you're contending with are lurkers, so I'm able to kite the hunter around again, dismember him. In this instance, I decided to just break out the big guns and hit him directly with the contact beam, stasis him, and then freeze him. It's a frantic fight, but you can actually complete this fight in like 20 seconds if you know exactly what you're doing. So don't mess up like I did, and if you do, I just wish you the best on your course recovery. I got pretty lucky here, I won't lie.
Bastard let me out again. Isaac, you okay?
Stop that hunter. But Mercer's gone. He wants to take these things to Earth, Kendra. You have to seal the captain's nest and warn Hammond.
Okay, I can seal the nest, but I haven't been able to reach Hammond since he went to the crew deck. Isaac, our air quality is falling fast. If you've got liquid nitrogen, we gotta fix hydroponics.
On it. Keep trying to reach Hammond. Mercer, I don't think he's done yet.
So that wraps up the chapter. I didn't want to interrupt Kendra and Isaac's conversation, but I just wanted to say thanks for sticking around for another video. Looking forward to the future of the channel. Make sure you make us whole, subscribe if you are interested in more content like this, drop a comment down below, and be sure to just keep an eye on things as I upload pretty frequently. A short on Tuesday, a short video on Thursday, and then these longer walkthroughs on Sundays. Take it easy, guys. I'll see you next time.